Will's true sight. Will Byers developed a unique sensory ability called true sight following his prolonged exposure to the Upside Down and possession by the Mind Flayer. This power allows him to perceive the presence of entities like the Mind Flayer or Vecna, acting as an early warning system for imminent danger. True sight connects him to the Upside Down in a permanent way, so even when these entities are not directly present, he experiences physical symptoms such as chills and hallucinations, indicating their activity. This constant connection ensures he can detect threats before they manifest fully, but it leaves him perpetually vulnerable to psychic influence and attacks from these interdimensional forces. Active connection to the Upside Down. Will Byers functions as a receiver, maintaining a persistent psychic link to both Vecna and the Upside Down hive mind. This connection originates from a traumatic event in 1983 when Vecna captured him and inserted a tentacle-like branch into his mouth, force-feeding him a dark substance that bound him to the Upside Down. Through this link, Will can sense the presence and activity of the Mind Flayer and Vecna, making him a crucial early warning system for supernatural threats. However, this constant psychic connection exposes him to ongoing influence from the Upside Down, keeping him in a state of vulnerability and making it impossible for him to completely separate from interdimensional forces. Telepathy and mind entry. Will Byers exhibits latent telepathic abilities similar to those of 11 and Vecna, allowing him to access and navigate the minds and memories of others. This capacity draws on his persistent connection to the Upside Down and the shared source of its power. While the series does not explicitly show him using this ability on another human, it is implied that he can potentially enter minds to retrieve information or influence thoughts, much like 11's mind reading and remote viewing powers. This ability represents a core component of his psychic skill set, linking him to the mental and dimensional capabilities that define Vecna's curse and the Upside Down's manipulative influence. Telekinesis and mental destruction. Will Byers has demonstrated the manifestation of telekinetic power comparable to 11's abilities, allowing him to exert control over physical objects and beings without direct contact. At the military base, he displayed this destructive capacity by immobilizing demogorgons and then destroying them solely with his mind, confirming the lethal potential of his mental force. This ability mirrors both 11's telekinetic strength and Vecna's method of crushing victims from within, suggesting a blend of offensive and manipulative psychic skills. The combination of telekinesis and mental destruction underscores Will's evolution into a formidable agent of interdimensional power, capable of directly combating the forces of the Upside Down through sheer mental exertion. Control over living beings. Will Byers possesses the ability to directly influence and control creatures of the Upside Down, particularly demogorgons. During the attack at the military base, he demonstrated this power by freezing these creatures in place before destroying them. This ability indicates a profound dominion over the Upside Down's hive mind, allowing him to manipulate multiple entities simultaneously. It functions as both an offensive and strategic tool, granting Will the capacity to neutralize threats or redirect creatures for his purposes. This control highlights his deep integration with the interdimensional network, reflecting a terrifying level of authority over the forces that were once hostile, effectively turning the hive mind's army into a manageable, albeit dangerous, extension of his will. 11. Telekinesis. 11's primary and most frequently used power is telekinesis, the ability to manipulate objects and energy purely with her mind. This ranges from small-scale actions like moving toys to large-scale feats, including flipping vehicles, closing dimensional gates, and even pulling a helicopter from the sky. The full extent of her telekinetic power is shown when she confronts Henry Creel, ultimately transforming him into Vecna. Extensive use of this ability exerts severe physical strain, often causing exhaustion and nosebleeds, highlighting the immense toll it takes on her body. Telekinesis forms the foundation of 11's offensive and strategic capabilities in both combat and dimensional manipulation scenarios. Remote viewing. 11's remote viewing allows her to perceive events and locations as if she were physically present, projecting her consciousness to distant areas. This ability is typically accessed through sensory deprivation, either by submerging herself in a tank or using a blindfold combined with white noise. While her mind is projected outward, her physical body remains completely vulnerable to attack, emphasizing the risk involved in using this power. Remote viewing enables strategic surveillance, such as monitoring Russian operations or tracking friends across vast distances. Its first use unintentionally contacted the Demogorgon and caused the opening of the gate in 1983, demonstrating both the power and danger of projecting consciousness beyond the physical self. Psychic connection. 11 possesses the ability to form a non-physical psychic link with other beings, which can bridge dimensional boundaries. This power was first demonstrated through her connection with the Demogorgon, allowing her to sense its presence and activities. The connection is reciprocal, meaning that while she can monitor others, entities like the Mind Flayer can also detect and track her through this link. This dual nature makes the ability both valuable and dangerous, as it can provide critical intelligence but simultaneously exposes her to surveillance and attack. Psychic connection allows for sensing, communication, and potentially influencing other beings, making it a pivotal component of her interdimensional and mental abilities. Mind reading and memory exploration. 11 can access and navigate the minds and memories of others, a powerful but less frequently shown ability. She demonstrated this on Billy, uncovering his traumatic past and the Mind Flayer's influence over him. This power allows her to extract information and relive memories stored within other minds, though it imposes significant mental strain. The Nina Project highlighted the extreme potential of this ability, forcing 11 to relive suppressed and critical memories about the massacre. Mind reading and memory exploration provide both investigative and strategic advantages, enabling her to understand motivations, uncover secrets, and gain knowledge crucial for countering threats from the Upside Down and other psychic entities. Dimensional manipulation. 11's ability to manipulate dimensions allows her to affect the boundaries between the real world and the Upside Down. She can open and close gates connecting the two realities, controlling the flow of interdimensional access. Closing the main gate at the end of Season 2 required a massive expenditure of energy, nearly killing her from the strain. Accidental gate openings occur when she is under extreme stress or fear, indicating that her control over this power is not yet complete. Dimensional manipulation is one of her most consequential abilities, capable of shaping interdimensional events, protecting the real world, or preventing the spread of threats from the Upside Down. Mind Flayer's possession. The Mind Flayer can psychically possess humans and animals, initially demonstrated through its control over Will Byers. By inhabiting a host, it gains access to their memories, senses, and actions, allowing it to act covertly in the real world. Vecna's curse. Vecna, formerly Henry Creel, possesses the ability to remotely invade the minds of his victims, trapping them in personalized nightmares built from their deepest traumas, guilt, and fears. While their consciousness is imprisoned, their physical bodies remain in the real world, leaving them vulnerable. Vecna systematically tortures these individuals, psychically breaking their bones and crushing their bodies from the inside before killing them. Victims receive clear warning signs of an impending attack, often involving visions of a grandfather clock. This power allows Vecna to incapacitate targets without physical confrontation, combining psychological manipulation with lethal precision and making him one of the most dangerous supernatural threats in Hawkins. Creating illusions. 8. Callie, also known as 8, can generate realistic mental illusions that affect multiple people simultaneously. Her power manipulates perception, causing targets to see events or objects that do not physically exist, such as collapsed bridges or monsters. These illusions are effective for psychological warfare, escape, or confusing adversaries, creating fear or panic without physical confrontation. However, the ability is limited to altering perception. Individuals with strong focus, like 11, can recognize the illusions and act accordingly. Callie's power is therefore highly situational, but can overwhelm senses and force reactions, making it a strategic tool for controlling environments and manipulating enemies mentally. Hive mind, upside-down creatures. The Demogorgons, Demodogs, and other upside-down creatures share a collective consciousness known as the hive mind, controlled by the Mind Flayer. This network allows instantaneous communication and coordination among all connected beings. When one creature observes or experiences something, all others are immediately aware. Injuries or attacks to one are perceived by the entire collective, enabling rapid and unified responses. The hive mind also extends to humans and animals possessed by the Mind Flayer, integrating the Upside Down's infrastructure, including tunnels and vines, into this singular entity. This connection makes the creatures highly coordinated, adaptable, and extremely difficult to outmaneuver in both combat and strategic scenarios. Superhuman abilities, Demogorgon. The Demogorgon and its variants possess extraordinary physical attributes, surpassing any human capability. They exhibit superhuman strength, allowing them to tear through solid walls, overpower multiple armed opponents, and cause large-scale destruction with ease. Their durability is similarly enhanced, enabling them to survive gunfire and explosions that would be instantly fatal to humans. The Demogorgon's distinctive petal-like face conceals rows of sharp teeth and augments its sense of smell, further enhancing hunting and combat abilities. Highly resistant to pain, these creatures are only reliably neutralized through fire or complete bodily destruction, making them relentless and nearly indestructible threats within the Upside Down and the real world. Regeneration and adaptation, Mind Flayer. The Mind Flayer exhibits an extraordinary capacity for regeneration and adaptation, allowing it to survive attacks and reform its structure as needed. In Season 3, it created a massive spider-like body by melting and merging the remains of the flayed, demonstrating its ability to assemble and reshape itself from available matter. The entity can grow, shrink, split, and reassemble, maintaining its functionality even when damaged by external forces, including Eleven's telekinesis. This constant reformation makes the Mind Flayer an exceptionally resilient interdimensional threat. Its adaptive nature ensures that conventional attacks rarely permanently destroy it, requiring comprehensive and extreme measures to neutralize its influence entirely. That covers all 18 special and forbidden powers in Stranger Things. Each ability shapes the battle between Hawkins' heroes and the forces of the Upside Down, revealing just how dangerous and unpredictable these powers can be. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the next deep dive.